Welcome to Visual Knowledge. As philosopher Francis Bacon states, knowledge is power. So let's talk dyspraxia. This is a very personal topic for me, and I've made multiple videos on this issue. Now, dyspraxia is complex and misunderstood in the social context. Now, before we start, if you want to know more about dyspraxia, then check out the Dyspraxia Foundation. In this video, I will be covering the following topics. So I'll be defining dyspraxia, talking about dyspraxia and relationships, Dyspraxia and University, Dyspraxia and Technology, and then we'll look at some solutions. So let's not have any further procrastination and let's get started. Now, in defining dyspraxia, it can seem complex. Now, why do I say it's complex? The reason I say this is because the definition of dyspraxia is layered. But what does that mean? Well, to me, defining dyspraxia is like a book with many different chapters. So let's quickly define those chapters to give us a clear context of what we are talking about. So we have 5 main components, and these are the following. Concentration. This is poor memory and being unable to focus. Organization. This can be cleaning your room to organizing your daily activities in life, work, university, etc. To fine motor skills. Handwriting is a core example of fine motor skills. To gross motor skills. This is anything from coordination to running, jumping, walking upstairs, etc. And of course, communication. This is concerning speech, whether written or verbal. So this is a basic definition of what dyspraxia entails. Building relationships is a very important aspect of life. To building a relationship with family, to build a professional relationship with work colleagues, to building a loving relationship, etc. Dyspraxia can, and I'm emphasizing the can, make building relationships harder. There are various ways to learn relationship building. We can learn through our friends, we can find mentors, we can learn through books, and in the modern age we can learn through YouTube videos. To assess your emotional intelligence, you can take an emotional intelligence test. And I found that this was quite helpful. There are also some great books on relationship building. So find the relevant books, mentors and friends, and remember, the best way to build relationships, in my opinion, is through real interaction as opposed to digital interaction. University, let's face it, can be a daunting task. For many, it's the first time that they are living outside the comfort and security of their parents, and we enter a different scenario. We need to build effective relationships with housemates and teachers. We need to manage our money effectively. We need to pay rent and budget for food, clothing and books. We need to commit to completing coursework to hopefully set a precedent for the future. Metaphorically, we need to be like a mathematician solving these new problems. When you have dyspraxia, these barriers become even harder, and it can feel like you don't understand the question, let alone understand figuring out the answer. But of course, there are answers. With regards to relationships, you can develop this skill. And with regards to managing your finances, you can download a budget sheet from Citizens Advice Bureau. This way, you can see your ingoings and outgoings so that you can manage them accordingly. Alternatively, you can create a personalized budget sheet on Word on your laptop. And to my knowledge, all universities should have a department that specializes in supporting students with hidden impairments. You may get referred to an assessment by an educational psychologist, which may make you eligible for funding on specialist equipment. What I'm trying to say here is that within the daunting university universe, within the dyspraxia context, there are answers. Now, technology is causing some problems in modern day society, and this is very well documented, but technology is also creating new opportunities, and it's a great companion for people that have hidden impairments. Popular programs for people with hidden impairments are Dragon and TextHelp. Now, Dragon is a software that writes as you speak. This software has improved significantly since I last used it 10 years ago, and TextHelp speaks the text in an audio format, so instead of having to read the information, conversation, the information is spoken to you via audio, and you can select an audio preference, whether it be a female or male voice, and you can adjust the speed of the vocal. I used this software for a long period of time, and it also has a bunch of other additional features. I personally use MindView occasionally in inspiration on a daily basis as a mind mapping / flowchart software. Flowcharts to me are a visual method that restrict too much description and simplify processes. It also gives you a direct form of communication. Now, if you ask Jack and Sarah how to do the same thing, they may give you two different answers. A flowchart, however, will give you one answer that is concise and legible. This is where technology is consistent. And in my experience, human beings are so complex that they lack this consistency. So let's go over some of our solutions. So to build relationships and improve emotional intelligence, consider taking some emotional intelligence tests. Also consider some books that focus on relationship building with human beings. How to Win Friends and Influence People by Dale Carnegie, to me, is a great book. So with regards to university, use a budget sheet to manage finances. Also make inquiries to see an educational psychologist to see if you're eligible for funding. And use your social intelligence and use it to build friendships and professional relationships. With regards to technology, have awareness of the various resources available to enhance your productivity. Use the resource that caters specifically to your needs. So in conclusion, we have identified some specific factors with dyspraxia, and we have identified some possible solutions. Now, dyspraxia to me is like a house with many different rooms. I try to maintain my house to a good standard by being solution focused and optimistic. So to me, I embrace my hidden impairment and make the best house I can. So I hope you've enjoyed this. Subscribe, give a big like, and share with Facebook friends.